government's commitment to act on the Cohen Commission report. What I outlined, I think, is the beginning of a transparent public process where we're going to say to Canadians and certainly British Columbians who care deeply about the impressive work that Justice Cohen did and the 75 thoughtful and we think compelling recommendations he made. We think Canadians deserve to have a sort of real-time accounting of what Fisheries and Oceans Canada is doing to implement the recommendations, obviously, that would be our responsibility. For example, we think that 30 of the recommendations are well on their way to being acted upon. There's another group that would properly be the purview of Environment and Climate Change Canada or the province. We will obviously work with and accompany them on the journey that they need to take in terms of acting on, and we'll work with them in a constructive way to ensure that those recommendations are also put in place. Some recommendations around, for example, changes to legislation, the Fisheries Act, for example, restoring lost protections, some of the changes that were made in 2012 and 13. We are going to restore those provisions of the Fisheries Act, but we're going to do so after a consultation, a quick but effective consultation with Canadians and Indigenous groups. We didn't think we should simply cut and paste what was in the previous legislation. We think perhaps we can do better, and we want to hear from experts like people in this room and others. What is the right way to change the legislation to ensure that those lost protections are restored, but in a way that meets the requirements of 2016 and beyond.